Nahiju, and my major is social science. First of all, prior to telling my opinion, I think many of guys have various opinions or arguments about this topic. And I must agree, because everyone thinks different ways based on their experiences. But in my past experience, I think to love is easier than to be loved. You will agree on that there are so many relations. So I limited the relationship between the lovers who are equal to couple. So I will focus mainly on this. Then I will tell you 3 reasons why I think so. First, to love is involved in your will's area, but to be loved is not. It means that to be loved is not depends on your ability. In other words, you can love someone in your own way, but it cannot be the opposite. It may sound sad, but no matter how you try, you can't be guaranteed that you receive love as much as you want. Therefore, I think to be loved is more difficult than to love. However, it exists a merit and fault. Merit is you can love your best as much as you can. But in some cases, you may get hurt, and it can remain a painful wound in your mind. As a result, it can affect your self-esteem, and you can have difficulty in next love. However, there is a second reason which helps you to get over this difficult situation. You will be able to learn how to love yourself. In romantic relationship, to love cannot be excluded. It's an essential element. So, when you think about the way you love your lover, you can find the problems that you are worried. For instance, your love was too much or too little, and so on. Like this, if you reflect on the problems yourself, you can overcome the trouble. Also, if the couple is trying this method together, they can overcome whatever and get closer than before. From this process, you may get positive attitudes and be considerate of others. Especially, you can learn how to love the other person and yourself. And last one is when you just receive love from your girlfriend or boyfriend, you can feel burdened. Then you may feel confused, and then you may be confused about whether I need to continue this relationship or not. And when this feeling makes troubles between your relationship, it can be hard to bear. As time goes by, the possibility that your relationship gets worse will increase. Maybe this is not what you want. Therefore, I want to say that loving each other is more difficult than we think. So, I wish you guys to do your best to love each other. I think it is the best way for continuing both your love and your relationship. And lastly, we have to keep in mind how important it is. That's all my speech. Thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Kim Eun-san, and now I'm in the final round in the OBF speech contest. Yay! It is so nerve-wracking, but also an exciting experience for me. Now my story will start. When I was only 17 years old, I met 3 boys, and I was loved by 2 of these guys, and at the same time, I loved the one guy. So, can you guess which one of these young men finally went out with me? Maybe you're correct. I went out the third guy who I loved. So firstly, I'm going to tell you about the main reason why I chose that man and how I came to go out with him. Let me tell you about this interesting story. I had such a limited line of thinking of love, so I had some three basic conditions for me to like someone. That is, person's character and the way of they spoke and the spelling while they're using KakaoTalk. Character in a person is the same as the software in a computer. So how up-to-date the computer is, if the software is outdated, then the computer is useless. So I dumped the first guy who loved me because his software was not good. The surprising thing was he was also my one-sided love when I was in elementary school. I even gave him expensive chocolate on Valentine's Day, but I kicked him. After that, I wanted a neat, clean, and a little bit formal type of guy. So I really don't want rude or foolish type of guy. And seriously, I cannot feel anything strong if someone talks in a way that pretends to be so cute, or he used the wrong spelling while texting me. But unfortunately, the second guy who loved me was that type of man. So I also kicked out him of my life. Then there was only one boy left now, and he didn't have feelings for me at first, but I picked him to love. So, and as a result, we were together. I know that he's the only one that had all the conditions that I wanted. So, and moreover, he was good at manner, and he was good at speaking, and he was smart, and I loved it. So I made the decision, or I have to make him mine. So I chased him everywhere, and I tried to be seen as a fascinating girl with courage and humility, and I showed him my good sides over and over. Then finally, we were together and happy. So I think I was successful in the chase. I know the two guys who were kicked out by me loved me very much, but I was such a bad girl at the time, and I had such a big and unbreakable wall of stubbornness. Even if I was a loved person, I would choose the one that I want to love. There is a saying that one wise professor said to me. He taught me the attraction is not a choice, and I think he is really right. So, like this, I think it is definitely much more easier to love than to be loved. And also, for me, it is much more easier to win over love. But I'm also eager to be loved always, very, very much. And I think it is a natural feeling as a person, but it is a big dilemma for me. So everyone, I want you to ask for one thing. Please help me to find love again before this Christmas. Thank you very much.
To love or to be loved. When I saw the topic, I was frustrated because I don't have any sad romantic love stories. So I thought maybe I should lie to the guests. Or, as there are many kinds of love, maybe I can talk about the love between friends or family. Everyone knows the love in family and everyone can understand easily. However, we may say love in family, we love each other. We can't distinguish between to love or to be loved in family. However, I will say love is feeling and feeling is relative.
then there must be the person mostly being loved and the others mostly loving more. So, in family, what is easier to love or to be loved? My answer is to be loved is easier. Last year, I went camping with my whole family. My grandmother especially cared me so much. Whenever we ate something, she always gave me the most delicious dish, all my favorites. I was so excited that I said, "Grandmother, I love you." Then she answered, "You may love me, but not as much as your mom or I love you." She said it for fun, but I felt embarrassed because for whole trip I had done nothing for her or same for mother and father. After the trip, I thought about why it's so comfortable to me, not only the trip, but also my whole life. Soon I realized that there had been great effort of parents, and I was the person mostly being loved, and parents, grandparents were the others mostly loving more. Mostly loving more. Okay. To explain more, I had to find what is love. It was hard to define, so I searched what is love in Google, and I found one picture. Parents first feeding their babies. Before their babies born, they live for themselves. However, for now, they can't. They work hard to raise the babies and protect them from harm. They must forage for food every day from daylight to dark to feed hungry chicks. Seeing this picture, I realized love is devotion, thinking the other before oneself, respecting and caring. Hard, isn't it? But the people like our parents who love others do this. They always try to do best for the love and even put them even before themselves. How about the love? Well, we are the loved, and since we're born, we've been raised by them with love. We don't need any effort to be loved, and just your existence means love. So, being loved is so natural as breathing to us. However, on the other hand, loving needs effort. Parents sacrifice themselves even when they are sick, tired, sad, or lonely. They even look like living for us. However, people love like us. We just enjoy our comfortable life, which our parents gave us for free with love. And sometimes we even forget their devotion. Remember what we've got from them and think about what we did only for them. Then clearly we can understand the reason why to be loved is easier. To love someone is hardly. It needs many efforts. As we live in our own world, even sometimes understanding someone is hard. But it must be harder to live for other person. But our parents do that, loving us, devoting to us. So I want to finish my speech suggesting, say to your parents, thank you for loving me and doing so hard things for me, and I love it too. It must be today, and I will do that also. Thank you for listening.